Let's talk solar. More specifically, grid-tied or off-the-grid systems. If you have been researching solar panels, you've noticed that you have to choose between having a grid-tied or off-grid system. If you're tied into the grid in your area, it covers your home's power needs once your solar power has been depleted. If you're off-grid, you're not tied in, and all the work has to be done by your solar panels. When you hear people say they want to go off the grid, they are really looking for freedom from utility companies. They want to count on solar energy only, generating their own power. But it's not always necessary to go off the grid to get the autonomy and cost savings you're looking for with grid-tied solar. If your property has access to power lines, it is the best option for you because it's simply more economical or cheaper. So what is grid-tied and what is off-grid? It comes down to where the energy that is generated is stored. Systems have to have a place to store energy until it is needed. Solar panels generate energy only when the sun shines on them during the day, but you still need your power in the evening. With a grid-tied solar system, energy generated is sent into the utility grid. Your panel basically feeds into the grid, sending power to be distributed around the area. And you receive a credit for your contribution that can be used anytime, something called net metering. Really quick on this concept, pay close attention to grid-tied systems and what your utility's policies are on net metering. Do they use net metering or do they have a custom buyback rate? For example, in the Phoenix, Arizona market, it is split between two companies, Salt River Project and Arizona Public Service. Both of these companies have custom buyback rates for the energy you produce, but don't consume. Arizona Public Service will credit 9.4 cents per kilowatt back to you. However, Salt River Project will only credit you back 2.8 cents. With that said, you don't want to overproduce electricity if you're only getting compensated 2.8 cents per kilowatt. This is why a consultation is crucial so we can determine what type of system is best for your home. Grid-tied is the least expensive option and most commonly used option. The upfront costs are lower. It's a great choice when you don't have the room or want to spend all the money to install a system large enough to power your structure 100%. Remember though, that you still rely on the grid. If the grid goes down, so will your power. Off-grid or standalone systems have no utility grid access, so there has to be another storage solution for the energy generated. To do that, you have a battery bank, which usually needs to be replaced every 10 years or so. You'll also need a large enough panel array to meet the energy needs of your entire structure. Those with off-grid systems are really wanting to be completely free of power companies or are in a really remote spot. When you're off-grid, you're also not contributing to the environmental footprint of power companies. When making that choice, we'll make it easy for you. It doesn't cost anything to store electricity in the grid. Batteries for off-grid systems are costly. They actually cost the most in a solar panel system, costing 4 or 5 figures. So, what if you need energy storage even when connected to the grid? Well, there's a third solar panel system for that. This is the grid-tied battery backup or energy storage system. And you may need an energy storage system if you store energy backup to be prepared for outages or store energy to use or sell later. They basically give you peace of mind and optimize the generated electricity. Well, that's all we have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at AVO Solar. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.